Hello and welcome to round 3, season 4, tier 1. It's the big boys in Italy, the main event of the week, for the European tier at least. Just a reminder quickly, the American tier is on tomorrow, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're here in Monza. I've got Stumpy with me today. Hello, Stumpy. Welcome to the commentary booth.
Hello.
I guess this is tier 1 debut for commentary?
Tier 1 debut, yeah. Yep, yes it is. Someone's come out onto the track now. I think that was Mercedes. What do you reckon pole's going to be? In the wet?
That's it. Because I've just messaged the guys to let me know what the forecast is for the week for the two sessions. Waiting to get that back. But yeah, we were talking. If it's going to be dry, obviously Altakir or Fruitful would be the favourites to be on pole. But with the wet, I mean, Altakir, all these guys are going to be pretty handy in the wet anyway. But Altakir, I know, is good in the wet conditions as well as the dry. So I still have him as my go-to for pole. But someone might surprise us.
Yep, all in, on inters, so it's not pouring down. I wonder if will it dry out towards the end?
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to find out. Wet quali, dry race, apparently. So it's a wet, yeah, so this session will be wet. Therefore, everyone is going to be on dry setups. So this is going to be a really tricky qualifying session. Low downforce, because you can't get away with a high downforce of the race. So if it is, yeah, a wet session, but a dry race, it's going to be really tricky. I think we're going to see a lot of invalidated laps from people braking too late, particularly in the first two chicanes, or Ascari.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing, with it being wet qualifying, strategies will be all out the window.
Absolutely.
Top 10 won't have to start on the soft tyre.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether people, because the medium soft isn't too different, I find. However, at the same time, saying that, the soft guy, if you do choose soft, at least for that first stint now, you have a fresh tyre, whilst before, obviously, if you do a dry lap, it does take quite a lot of life out of the tyre doing a lap round, doing quali run round here. You struggle to make it past lap 9 with the soft tyre, whilst having a fresh set of softs, I think you can easily get to lap 11, lap 12 on the soft, maybe even further, whilst with the medium, okay, you have a fresh medium, but how much time will you lose at the beginning stint?
Yeah, there is that, and there's also how many people get round Ascari as well. Saw a bit of carnage on Monday. Not sure about the tier 2 race, but it's a bit of a. I know these guys are a bit better than the tier 3 and some of the tier 2. But it's just so tricky around Ascari. You've gotta say 2 or 3 people are gonna bin it there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's so easy to do, even in the dry, let alone the wet. But these guys are in tier 1 for a reason. They are the best drivers in our racing league. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm on board with Harrison David, a quick driver in France, but just kept making mistakes as Bullet Boy sets provisional pole, 128.6. He is just over a tenth, or in fact over a second clear of Carlsbury. So good lap so far from Bullet Boy, but let's see what the rest of the field can do. Harrison David is coming up the line now.
Alcatia invalidated because he's completed his lap and there's no lap time against his name.
And Harrison David goes into provisional pole, 128.4. Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be hard for a lot of these guys to do lap times and not invalidating with these dry setups. They're going to have such a low downforce. That first corner, I think, is going to be really tricky. As Fruitful sets provisional pole, 128.3. So they're all starting to set the lap times now. And I wonder if people will do a few laps. Because on the Inter, I do find not doing more than one lap is better, and if it being dry, you don't have to worry about the wet tyre. You don't have to worry about taking out wet tyre. Obviously, you don't have to worry. Dry racing, you have to worry about your tyre, using it into racing. With the wet tyre, obviously, you don't have to have that worry. So these guys can do a few laps if they wish to, and I think a few people are, to be fair.
Yeah, right. In my experience, I've always like stuck 5 or 6 laps worth of fuel, and you just keep getting faster and faster as you find out where the grip is.
Absolutely, and that's what Carlsberg's done. Carlsberg's improved by 9/10, and he's moved up to P4 now with his second run. So it definitely works. Harrison David is not, however, he's 6 seconds off his last lap, so I guess he's made an error somewhere around the track. But yeah, so far, as we head towards the 11.5 minutes to go mark, it's Fruitful Coot, Harrison David, Bullet Boy, Carlsbury, Big Slater, Javi, as Mitch just goes into P5 with his second time lap, which was his first proper lap, 1:29 dead. So Javi 7th, Jagos 8th, Ginger Ninja 9th, Thomas 10th, Matrix 11th, and Thomas in fact goes up to 11th, Matrix 12th, and Al Takir in P13 at the moment, 1:32.9, so not a competitive lap time from him so far.
Is Matrix switched to the wheel now?
Yes, he has, which is why his pace isn't at the level we saw with the pad. Because in the pad, he would definitely have been at the front, near the front, with his pace.
You've just seen Alcatia's time.
Oh, yeah.
That's a marker.
If there was one, that is one. 1:27.492, nearly a second clear. And this thing, Altakir, arguably has an even greater advantage in the wet, which is why I did favour him for pole. And so far, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be whether this track dries out, whether the rain lowers and the track tends to get quicker and quicker as the session goes on. But that will remain to be seen. Yellow's sector 1. Fruitful's actually 2 attempts up with no ERS, but he's backing out, I think. Yeah, you're heading to the pits.
Oh, both the Ferraris together. Oh no!
And almost made contact.
I'm not sure you need a tow going into the pit lane.
Right, so as the Ferraris double stack, let's see who's on outlaps. We've got Alp on an outlap, Ginger Ninja.
Bullet Boy going 6/10 faster in the second sector. Just coming out of the scar now.
Okay. Into the final corner, the Parabolica. So here we go, down the main straight. Oh, P2, and it's not far away. The track is getting quicker.
Right.
And Carlsbury, someone has got up to P5, I think it's Carlsbury.
Xavi's in P5, Carlsbury 6th.
Jay Ghost is currently 2/10 down on his previous best. He's heading down towards Ascari now. And no ERS, so he may have aborted that lap. There's a lot of people now on outlaps.
Yeah, they're all bunching up in the first chicane. 8 minutes left, so we won't see a repeat of the real life qualifying. Right, 2 Ferraris are coming out line astern again.
Trying to do maybe a tow, I reckon.
Yeah.
As Jay Ghost does not improve on his previous best. Oh, yellows. Sector 2, don't know who that is. Ginger Ninja P11. Looking good so far. On this lap alone. Oh, bit of rear end. Very easy to lose the back end with traction and the low downforce that these cars will be run at around the temple of speed that is Monza. So Ginger Ninja is heading down the back straight towards the Parabolica. Can he move up from P12? Here we go, round the Parabolica. It looks tidy, but is it an improvement? He's 130, his previous best. It says minor improvement. It does get him up though into P10. So
the laps are pretty close. Couple of tenths, half a second can shift you up the grid quite a lot.
So the Ferrari boys are starting their laps, both using the slipstream off that racing point. I guess it's Jay Ghost. No, it might be Bullet Boy actually. The only thing I'd worry about being Thomas, the guy behind, is Thomas went wide.
Thomas has gone off,
and that is the issue of the spray. I was thinking surely the spray is a bit. Although the spray's not too bad now. The track is not that wet, but Thomas will have to abort this lap time obviously and try again. But for Fruitful, he is on a hot lap still, and he is on a hot lap. Through the first Lesmo. Now the second Lesmo, a little bit tighter. The car wants to understeer out on you. But it's all worth it, that reduction in downforce for these very situations, the long straights that accompany the circuit. Fruitful is 4 tenths up, so he's on course at the moment. Around the 127.8 I reckon, or 127.9. Unless he did a really good Ascari there and Parabolica. He's going to be around the 127.778, I reckon.
Gonna have to be something special.
Oh, he's back.
Close to second. Yeah, SD.
I think
he's carried on.
He went up a bit too high on the gears, and and it showed he didn't improve in the end that much. It's 128 dead, and I reckon it was because of the throttle being way too conservative on the exit. Now here comes Thomas. It's his time. He's P16. He has to get a good lap in. You don't want to be starting near the back on dry conditions. You want to be as far up the front as possible. Now Fruitful, is he going to get out of the way? Yes, he does. But Thomas goes a bit too deep. Oh, and he loses the back end. Now he has to choose whether to back out or not. I guess on his Delta, he'll know how close he is to his previous best. I think he just has to go for it. And go for another run if he can.
If he's got the fuel to do it.
Well, yeah, I think he's got the fuel to do this lap and then an in lap. But it's whether or not he'd have enough time to do that and get another run in. Because he's currently at 3:48. So here we go, down the back straight. Altakir is still in the pits, but Bullet Boy is out there. Bullet Boy is going to be just behind these Ferraris. So Thomas gets to P9 with that time. So where is
Bullet Boy?
Bullet Boy. Yeah, he does. Good spot. Harrison David is on an out lap. And Thomas is coming into the pits as well, or he will be coming into the pits. But I think he may struggle to get another lap in. I think that might be it for Thomas.
P9, middle of the pack. First couple of corners.
But will people improve? There's a lot of people behind him on the positions at the moment who are on outlaps. They're going to have another bite at the cherry with 2.5 minutes to go. So can any of them? Although of course it doesn't. It's not so important finishing in the top 10 or not finishing in the top 10 because everyone will start on fresh, dry tyres for the race. So being outside the top 10 really doesn't help. There's no advantage. You're on the same tyre. You want to qualify as well as possible. So
Harrison just coming up to the first sector point, and he's 0.075 up. Tidy through the chicane there, up to the first Lesmo. And we've got yellows in 1 and 3.
Yeah, I think it might be slow people. Because we haven't so far got any retirements, so I think it's just people driving slowly. So Ginger Ninja, quick,
Harrison
closely
half
follow.
a second up.
Oh, okay.
The second sector.
Oh,
he's lost it, Scary.
Oh, it was a shame.
But...
He's half a second up. Yeah. He's going to have to back out and do... He's got enough time to do one more lap if he has the fuel. But a shame there for Harrison. He's going to have to do it again if he can, which I think he can do, because he's got the ERS on hot lap.
He goes again.
Meanwhile, Ginger Ninja is a 10th up on his previous best, so he's going to not be able to, on that rate, not be able to move up at all, because he's currently 4 tenths behind Jamie 1S, who's in the position ahead. So I think Ginger's going to stay in this position unless he's at a mega third sector, which he hasn't. So he only improves by 900ths. Raikkonen, he's on his 5th lap now. And it's a second and a bit clear, but it's still not going to be that much of an improvement. Oh, actually, a lie. It's a massive improvement. It's Siri. Siri? It's not Siri, is it? It's bloody Alexa. Alexa going off there in the background. My apologies. And it's going off again.
Oh, Harrison's lost a lot of time. He's not going to improve. He's a quarter of a second down after sector 2. He was a 10th up.
Yeah, and it was
first sector, so.
Yeah, sorry, it was East Scruffy as well, wasn't it? That last bit. So here he comes around the last quarter. He's going to have a go. He's almost run out of hot lap. So here we go. It's not an improvement. And Mitch is coming now. And Mitch doesn't improve either. And Jamie 1S has retired at all. And the McLaren has as well. Yep, Colesbury has gone as well. They're all trying that a little bit harder to gain as much time as possible. Bullet Boy, I think, messed up. And Thomas has retired as well. Oh, and Raikkonen's off in the gravel. And I think a Ferrari is as well. Which I guess would be Thomas. They're all falling now. Out. And Bullet Boy goes provisional pole.
Wow.
I don't think Altakir can do another lap. Unless he just got in. No, actually. No, yeah, it's a checkered flag. So Altakir is he's done his lap time as well. So I think the only one we're waiting for is Matrix, who's coming. He's pitted. So that's it. Bullet Boy snatch pole right at the death.
Talk about last minute. Wow.
Unless we still got... No, that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
I think is Simply Rush. Is he on an in lap or is he he's completing a lap? Or is that an out lap? I'm not sure. Didn't say.
It has everyone on checkered flag, so... Yeah, there we go.
It.
Got there in the end.
One tenth in these conditions.
Crazy. So, Bullet Boy is on pole, Altakir P2, Fruitful Coot in P3, Raikkonen 4th, Harrison 5th, Mitch 6th, Javi 7th, Carlsbury 8th, Charlie in 9th. Rounding out top 10 is Simply Rush, Thomas in P11, Ginger Ninja 12th, Big Slater P13, Alp in 14th, J Ghost 15th, Jamie in 16th, and Matrix rounding out the field in 17th place. So it is now race day, and it is a beautiful sunny day. So we got rid of that rain. Now let's see who's got the pace in the dry. Definitely going to be an interesting one in terms of the battle for the front. The previous two rounds have been completely about Altakir and Fruitful. Fruitful really gave an honest showing in the last race in France. Brilliant battle between them two. Really going down to the wire. Fruitful won the first race after drama in the first lap with both Mercedes going off at turn 11, and Altakir had to fight his way through the back and have a 5-second penalty. But in terms of the battles from third place down below, I have no idea who's going to get third place. It's been really good midfield battles which we got, and the good thing with this race is we got 17 people, which is the best turnout so far this season for Tier 1. It's fantastic. But Stumpy, what's your predictions for this race?
Well, I'm more interested in seeing on what tyres everyone's on at first before I make any prediction. I see Williams on a medium.
Yes, we got Raikkonen and Harrison on mediums, Carlsbury and medium as well, and then after that, so you've got Simply Rush, Thomas, Alp, J Ghost, and Matrix on the mediums. So this is really interesting because you've almost got a 50-50 split here, almost. Not quite. I think still majority soft, just. But yeah, you got 9. You got 9 on the soft and 8 on the mediums. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Real mixed strategy. And mixed in terms of their grid positions as well.
Thomas has gone on the mediums as well, so see what he can do from down there. The top 3 on softs. Fruitful Coot, he's aiming to take the battle straight away to Altakir.
So we go, obviously the formation lap, tyre wear can occur. It's a shame you as the driver can't access that information. You can, they are accessing, they know how their temperature, tyre temperature is. So right now the cars will be leaned right down, no ERS being used, but they will be trying to warm up those tyres so that they are straight away on point. Getting them a good start is a really important factor, but also the first corner they want to have optimum levels of grip. So that is what they're trying to achieve right now in this formation lap.
And also brake temperatures. You need some good stopping power for turn 1 after you build up them speeds. You don't want to slam into a car in front of you.
Absolutely, it's a real heavy braking track, so it really does use the brakes quite a lot. And that first corner now, the brakes being able to cool down, tyres cool down, it can get a bit messy on this first turn.
Matrix pulls up at the back.
So here we go then. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go. It's Tier 1 in Italy. Good start by the Force India, by the Racing Point of Bullet Boy. He's got the inside line defending from out to gear. We got 4 wide in the background. Bullet Boy holds on. And do we have any issues? Oh, the Ferrari gets in contact. That's Thomas and the Haas of Charlie. And that has turned Thomas around. Thomas has no wing damage, but that is not what you want. But meanwhile, up front, Bullet Boy and Altakir is under threat here. Altakir's got the inside line and takes the lead from Bullet Boy, with Fruitful Coot tucking in third.
Amazing car control from the first half of the field. They were so tight. I can't believe there wasn't contact between the first few drivers. And we've got a Renault here going for 4th position. It's Xavi.
Yeah, right behind the Mercedes of Harrison. He's going down the inside of Ascari, but thinks better off it. Harrison on those heavy fuel loads. But he has got the softs. He should have much better grip right now at this stage. And, more importantly, tyre temperature is much easier to gain on a softer tyre. So he should be able to get past this medium runner of Harrison pretty soon. So try and get the... there we go, we've got the Altakir, Bullet Boy, Fruitful, Harrison, Javi, Raikkonen, Carlsbury, Mitch, Ninja, Alp, Matrix, Charlie, Jamie, Simply Rush, and Thomas, your field. And Thomas has got a 5-second penalty. Oh no. So
it's all going wrong for Thomas.
Yeah, and that's always an issue in the midfield round here.
We've got Jamie won in at the same time. He's gone onto the hard tyres.
Interesting. So he must have had wing damage then, Jamie, to have done that. So.
And Thomas is retired.
Yeah, it's a shame for Thomas. So early in the race.
Xavi is he's pushing Harrison around this track. He should get him
Xavi's
down
down
into
the
the
inside.
sky.
Javier's got it. He's done it.
He's got to try and... Oh, a little bit of a tank slapper on the exit of Ascari there. And now he's got to get onto the lead in 3.
But also DRS will be activated soon. I think it's this lap a DRS becomes available. So Altakir sets personal best. He's only half a second clear. Bullet Boy though. Yep, DRS enabled. So from the next DRS detection zone, obviously the guys who are within a second can use the DRS to catch up and pass their opponent. But the lap times we're expecting the guys on softs to be pitting, I thought maybe lap 12. A fresh set of softs from the get-go. But you can tell Harrison's doing good lap times on the mediums, to be fair. The guys on softs aren't pulling away too much. And Raikkonen as well, they're doing pretty good on those mediums so far. But they're going to have to do a lot of catching up later on. When they put the soft on, they're going to have quite a gap to catch those guys on the softs. That's going to be my only issue, I think, with being on the medium first. You're putting a lot of hard work into things now to hopefully pay dividends for later.
Yeah, if Harrison could sit in Javi's DRS and hold on to the back of him, it will pay him dividends later in the race if he doesn't fall too far behind. We've got Raikkonen and Carlsbury also on the mediums, not far behind Harrison at all. This Bullet Boy sets the fastest lap of the race.
He's responding and he's got DRS.
Oh.
Not quite close enough.
Well, a midfield from 7th down to 11th. Oh, very close. And that's Ghost going down the inside at the Rogier. Oh, he's off. A bit of banging wheels maybe there.
Yeah, that's not what you want. And he's shot right the way down to P11 now. And here comes Bullet Boy. He's got the DRS again, has a little look. But It's a tricky one to make a move in Ascari unless you're really alongside your opponent.
Oh, he's got a good slipstream here, and he's bringing Fruitful with him.
Yeah, this is good. Again, it's glad we got a 3-car battle for the win. It looks like this week. So yeah, they've got the DRS. This is surely going to be and the Ferrari. Look out for Fruitful. He's going to get a double slipstream here. And there goes the Racing Point down the inside to take the lead, and Fruitful's going to have a little look as well. Oh, gets very close. But not to be. And Harrison is now putting Javi under pressure. Javi is not doing well on these soft tyres, and he is under pressure from both Harrison and Raikkonen, the leading medium runners. And Fruitful, they're so close together. Javi's fighting back. He's having to defend from Harrison, but Harrison's going to go around the outside. Brilliant move.
Around the outside.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Harrison up into P4.
I can see Raikkonen getting interested in this battle here. And of course DRS down the next part. This is where Xavi took Harrison last time. Can he get it done again?
Yeah, he's still very close. And Xavi most probably will be able to make the moves here. He's in overtake. And I think he's done it. Just about. There we go.
Great battle.
Oh, we don't want to be taking that inside curb. But here's the top three, meanwhile, are at it again. It's like a kart train. In kart racing, you normally get this sort of battling. But Monza, with its high speeds and the slipstream effect, it's showing its great showing its great facility for overtaking, despite the fact it's a narrow track. Despite the fact, the runoff area is old school, it's grass, it's gravel. The curbs are big. They bounce the car up in the air if you get it wrong. But it's a brilliant track for racing on this game, I feel. You might,
absolutely.
as a driver, you might not potentially like it, or you might love it. It's one of those tracks when you drive it, and that's because of the low downforce. The car handles horribly, but and so lazily. But it is a great track. It's one of those unique tracks as well, with high speed nature. And Harrison has got back past Javi, or Javi. But again, Javi is staying close enough that when they get into this DRS zone, he can make the move back.
Big Slater is pitted for the medium tyre. What else we got going on in the midfield? Oh, and we got a McLaren! Carlsberry in the wall at Ascari.
Same
and
as
he is out.
Yep, same as he did in quali. But no safety car as yet. So wow, our second DNF, but our first on-track DNF. Carlsberry has fallen foul, and he's on mediums as well. So those.
Oh, we got Altakia now.
Yeah.
Oh, coming out of the Curva Grande, all three of them.
Very close
this is
together.
Gonna get tasty.
Yeah, Fruitful's having a sniff down the inside.
I thought he was going to send it.
Yeah, I thought so too, but it's again a tricky one because if he brakes too late, he would have took out Bullet Boy. When you got two guys ahead of you, you've got to be a bit more careful with your overtakes. You can't get carried away with braking too deep because you'll hit the guy in front of the guy you're overtaking.
Ginger Ninja picks up a penalty. Oh, Fruitful's looking closer than ever. Ooh, they're on a knife edge round at Ascari. Pushing so hard, I think he's lost a bit of momentum now. Just leaving Alcatia. Can he use any ERS? Plus the DRS down the main straight to send one down the inside or the outside of Bullet Boy.
That is the question. He's catching, but he's just not close enough. I think Bullet Boy's running a lower downforce setting. I don't know, but he seems to be able to cover Altakia. But Altakia got a really good run coming out of turn one. But yeah, Bullet Boy just seems to have the straight line speed. He's running a little bit more ERS. To be fair, I think it's because Altakir has completely saved his ERS. Both
Yeah.
him and Fruitful. If you look, Altakir's running no ERS, occasionally going up to medium, but he's got 100% on the battery. Fruitful has got 86. Bullet Boy has 67. So Bullet Boy is using a little bit more energy, and that's probably why Altakir is not passing him down the straight, despite having ERS.
I think Alcatir could maybe just be waiting for Bullet Boy to pit and then put some fast laps with his ARS and overcut him maybe.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, I think they're just saving themselves for when they need to actually attack or defend. Right now, they're pulling away from the rest of the field. Although Altakir looks like he's responding now. He's in hot lap.
We go.
He's in hot lap, so he's going for it now. And Fruitful is... Fruitful's only on 2.
Fruitful.
But he's got so much straight line speed.
Oh.
Had to be careful there. The Racing Point was starting to squeeze him out there. As
Yeah.
Raikkonen has passed Xavi. And Harrison is way down. Harrison must have had a moment, because he is now battling with Ginger Ninja and Mitch. So, yeah, I don't know what happened to Harrison. As Fruitful Coots got past Bullet Boy. So, Fruitful up into P2. And Raikkonen is now P4. So, our top medium runner is past another soft runner. Pace-wise, looking pretty good. Only 5.6 off the top 3 guys. And that will start to go the other way as the softs start to wear out on the leaders.
Raikkonen's just picked up a penalty.
Oh, a shame that. And Altakir has now decided to go for it. He's already pulled away by 1.2 from Fruitful. And it just looked like, you know, maybe I think they were just waiting, biding their time, and then Altakir decided, right, I want to gap myself to Fruitful. And the race is well and truly on now between those two.
The thing that might help Altakir here is if these two start battling, he's got some fresh, clean air just to drive off how he wants, control the pace, and open up a gap and probably do an undercut or the same lap. But he will have a gap nonetheless.
Oh, got a bit of gravel there from Altakir. Won't lose him too much time, but still not ideal.
Oh, 7th to 10th. A great battle in the midfield. Ginger Ninja, Ghost, Mitch, and Toro Rosso. I can't pronounce his name.
Alp, you mean?
Yeah.
I just call him Alp. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, you'd struggle with that, but yeah, no, he's currently P10 back in the league. He has been in tier 3 in previous times, as well as I think he's been in every tier at some point. But he is back in tier 1, and he's currently holding the top 10 place, and right up behind Mitch. Mitch, I think, is looking at the pits. Is he? Yes,
Yep.
he is.
It's box. Ghost is going for Ginger Ninja. Going down the outside. And that's going to be job done before they even start braking.
Boom. Nice one. So, Mitch is the first one of the soft runners to pit on a scheduled lap 11. I'm expecting more people to be pitting now because the undercut will be an advantage now. So it'll be interesting to see whether Mitch can retake these guys by going on that medium earlier. And he's got no traffic around him, so he can go and do the pace that he needs to do to try and respond. Oh! Fruitful loses it!
Oh, he keeps it out.
I think he got wing damage though. Oh no, he didn't. He got away with it. Oh, that's so lucky. He just missed the barrier. That's what I was thinking now. These tyres, the softs, with that downforce being low,
Alcatier's in.
those
Alcatier's in.
yeah, the rears get
Bullet
really
Boy's
struggle.
in.
Yeah,
They're
and
all in.
Fruit will be kicking himself. But yeah, it was a moment which is can so easily happen when those tyres are wearing out. So Raikkonen inherits the lead, and the medium runners are all going to be carrying on. Ginger Ninja surprisingly stays out on softs for another lap, so he wants to carry on and have no wear on the mediums, I guess. But I don't know how he's still doing it. Lap 12 is around, really. You don't want to go any longer than this. He's probably going to struggle on this lap alone. Mitch, meanwhile, where does Mitch come out to?
Just
he's ahead of Charlie. He's ahead of Charlie by 4.1. And Mitch is always better on the harder compounds. He is 6.3 behind Xavi. But to be fair to Mitch, the guys around him are Ginger Ninja, who's still on softs. That will be rejoining behind probably now, and Alp is on mediums, so he's not going to be pitting for another 8 laps at least. Well, not 8 laps, sorry, another 6-7 laps at least. So lap 17, lap 18, I think we'll be looking at the medium runners pitting for their final run on softs.
Ginger Ninja's in.
Okay.
Oh, you say you didn't want to go too long on that compound?
Well, there's no point, you just lose too much time and risk crashing.
Yeah, Bullet Boy wastes no time getting past Simply Rush. And Fruitful must be kicking himself. That mistake, although he did well to keep it out of the barriers, he must be furious with himself.
And here comes, and Mitch has got past Ginger Ninja by quite some margin. So he's got around a 2-second gap between himself and Ginger Ninja. So that is the difference of 2 laps of the undercut. He has now got himself ahead of Ginger Ninja and is looking good. If he can look after his medium tyres, he's looking good for a solid 7th or 6th place finish. So Mitch doing the goods.
Alright, let's look at the gap. So we got Raikkonen out on 12 lap old mediums against Alcatia. 13.2 is the gap. Obviously he's not going to come out ahead of him, but
yeah.
Later on in the race that gap might be come down. Lighter car, softer tyres.
Absolutely.
How long he'll go?
I think Raikkonen now challenge for P3. Fruitful's moment. Raikkonen definitely has a great chance.
Bullet Boy sets the fastest lap of the race.
Raikkonen's flying. He's
Oh. We got Alcatia. He's not going to do it there. We go through Ascari. He's in the slipstream, almost pushing him down the straight, down the outside, and he should get this done under braking. And Alp knows better. Up into 4th.
there we go. So yeah, let's have a look. Matrix is under pressure now from Mitch. He's yet to stop. So Mitch, I think, will get... Oh, sorry, Matrix is 1.3 behind Xavi. Xavi's just got past Matrix. Mitch is keeping the gap. Oh, Ginger Ninja, in fact, is now 2.2, 1.8 behind still Mitch. So the gap's pretty even between Mitch and Ginger Ninja. And then behind them, you've got Big Slater and Charlie, the Haas teammates, battling it out. And Jamie 1S is making a good recovery. He's caught up to both of these guys. But he is on 13 lap hards, unfortunately. So it's going to be a real struggle for him to make any further improvements.
Yeah, well, you got Raikkonen out front with Harrison in second. The gap isn't coming down, still around the 5.5 second mark. Which one of these? How long do you think the mediums? 19, 20?
No, I reckon people will be pitting around 17, 18. Maybe,
Yeah.
just because if you go too long, you're not going to be able to get the advantage of the soft tyre. So I reckon probably lap 18 we'll be seeing the medium runners make their pit stop.
Harrison's in. Harrison's in.
Wow, so that's to me, I think that's a bit early. I mean, because at the end of this stint, you're gonna. I mean, I suppose you could do 11 laps on heavy fuel. You could do 11 laps, but I would have thought maybe another lap or two later, just so you can really take advantage of the soft tyre being good. But fair play to them. Harrison is now out on those softs, and Jay Ghost is also out on those softs, and he comes out behind Ginger Ninja. So, but he only just, and he has got the soft. So Jay Ghost should do pretty well from here with that all that extra grip.
Mitch isn't too far behind Harrison.
Oh, and here goes Jay Ghost round the outside. Oh, the McLaren, they almost make contact, and Jay Ghost has to back out. That'll cost them both time, and that'll have been music to Mitch's ears. He's gained a lot of time, and Mitch passes Matrix now. And Raikkonen pits. So Raikkonen pits to the end of lap 16.
Trying to limit the damage that Harrison will do on those fresh softs. He had 5.5 seconds over him. Where will he come out?
Oh, Big Slayer's retired. Must have been, I reckon, a scurry. And Raikkonen comes out behind Fruitful Coot and Bullet Boy in out gear, but P4. But he is on the softs.
Nice clean air to drive into as well.
And he is 7.9 behind Fruitful. So it's going to be close. He might be able to catch up Fruitful. Obviously Fruitful's on 5 lap old mediums, and he is on fresh softs. So be interesting to see how it goes. And Harrison David is also now on the back of Javi, 3/10 behind. He should be able to make a move after the second Lesmo. Here we go, round the outside. And he's taking it, so up to 5th place goes Harrison.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened halfway mid-race when he seemed to drop back quite a bit, so he's made a mistake somewhere, and now he wants to rectify that, and he'll be chasing down Raikkonen.
And Jay Ghost has got past Mitch already, so Jay Ghost is absolutely flying, and demoted Mitch to P8 now. As Harrison David is flying for 121.3, fastest man on the track, being currently in P5 and 2.2 behind Raikkonen.
Oh, and Xavi's gone straight on the first corner.
He didn't get any penalties for that, so he must have slowed down enough. Good on Javi.
So after all that is shaken out, Arcatia is in the lead, and he's extended it. I think it's about 1.6 before they stopped.
Yeah.
Now 2.1.
And weirdly, Raikkonen isn't really making many inroads into the gap between himself and Fruitful. But Harrison David is catching up Raikkonen. So Harrison much happier on these softs and is starting to catch Raikkonen back up again.
What other battles we got going on? We got Ginger Ninja and Charlie coming down the straight under the old banking. He's not going to go for a move there. He'll tuck back in through Ascari. Keep it nice and tidy. Following down. Try and get the DRS detection point. Which is exactly what he's doing. Through Parabolica. He's basically pushing the car around the track. Down the main straight, over the start finish line. DRS assisted. But he's just ahead and the job's done.
Brilliant move. So Ginger Ninja up into P11 just outside the points. But unfortunately quite far behind now Mitch, so he's the following medium runner. So, but Mitch will be under pressure from Alp and maybe even simply Rush, because those guys being on the soft tyre are going to have such an advantage. Be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Oh, yellows in sector 2. And 3-second penalty for Harrison, who's now struggling to stay with Raikkonen. Raikkonen is starting to take big chunks out of Fruitful Coot's gap ahead of him. The gap is now down to 5.8. It was 7 seconds just a lap and a half ago. It's now 5.8 between Fruitful and Raikkonen. But I think it's not quite enough at the moment. Oh, Charlie's retired. Oh, let's have a look. Oh. I'm guessing it was Ascari.
I'm on board with Matrix.
Oh no, it's before Ascari. Must have been the second Lesmo.
We're still waving yellows on the exit of Ascari. I'm not sure. So our 17 runners, 13 remain. And as you're saying, Raikkonen now 5 seconds behind Fruitful, who's slowly trying to catch on Bullet Boy. 3.2 seconds a gap. It was 4.1, I believe. And Harrison David picks up another 3-second penalty, as does Ghosts.
Yeah, the gap's down to 4.9. Raikkonen's really got into the groove now. I think, yeah, Harrison's now 5.1. Sorry, yeah, Raikkonen's 5.1 behind Fruitful Coot now. But I don't know. You got 7 laps left to go. I don't think it's going to be quite enough. I think Fruitful might have enough under his pocket, enough of a gap in hand. But it remains to be seen.
Well, we've got Mitch and Alp very close together. 2 tenths separating them, coming through the first chicane.
And you also got Javi and Jay Ghost. Jay Ghost obviously on those faster softs. Javi defends down the inside, but I think Jay Ghost might have this. Oh no, Javi keeps the door. Fair play. Javi was having none of it. They are battling for position. And Mitch still keeps out behind him for now. Here we go then.
Round 2.
Jay
it's
Ghost.
Just a matter of time with these soft tyres.
And he's done it.
Done. Yeah. Alp and Mitch. Alp's got ahead.
Yep, so out. I'm into P8. Mitch down to P9, and Mitch will have Simply Rush to contend with soon as well, because Simply is only 3.9 behind. So Mitch is going to struggle to keep in the top 10 right now. But Raikkonen has taken another second out of Fruitful Coot's gap to himself. It's now 4.2 or 4.3. So if he can keep taking a second out, then Raikkonen is in business with 5 to go. but he has to keep going at that frame rate.
Yeah, of course. Like the mediums, although they do drop off eventually, it's not a big of a performance gap as when the softs fall off. So towards the end of the stint, will he be able to keep this pace?
Well, that is the question. I think the softs, the laps they've pitted, I think they'll be alright. But towards the end, the gap will very much even out between the difference between a medium and a soft tyre. And it's already, to be fair, Raikkonen has not really improved this lap. He's only, I say that, he took a massive chunk out in the last corner. But still, it's only 4/10 so far, even 3/10. It's not a big gain of time on this lap for Raikkonen.
Well, Harrison has picked up another 3-second penalty. I think Jay Ghost is in the window to overtake him at the flag. Although Ghost has one as well, I think.
Well, that's the problem. If you pick up penalties, you end up falling quite far behind. Whilst if you don't get penalties, you can really gain quite a few places. But we got now five laps left, I believe. Yes, five to go now in this race. One of the quickest races on the calendar. In fact, I think it is the quickest race on the calendar because of obviously the higher average speed than normal that these cars do for the same amount of distance. So our races here tend to be about 35-40 minutes races. Normally 35 minutes rather than the usual 45 minutes that we get with other tracks. Or if you go to Singapore, 50-minute races because it's such a long race.
It won't be 50 minutes for me, mate. I'll be in the barrier.
No, put yourself down. Singapore's a very tough track, to be fair. But no, you can do it. It does take a high amount of concentration, though. But with this, we got now 4 to go. Lap 24, we started now off the 27. And Xavi is keeping Jay Ghost honest. Jay Ghost isn't able to pull away now. However, he is outside the DRS. Simply Rush still closing in on Mitch. The gap is now just over 2 seconds. Raikkonen has got the gap down from now to 3.4. So again, it's not massive chunks. He's running out of time. He needs to really be taking more time out of Fruitful Coupe, but I think Fruitful's got just enough as we come towards 3 to go next time by.
Yeah, I think what happened is what we talked about with the difference in tyre performance. It's leveled out a bit now, and fresh softs won't be as fast now. And who has fastest lap? Is it Harrison?
So far, I believe so. Yes, Harrison. Let me just look on the lap times. Fastest lap is Harrison. Yeah, 121.385. Way quicker. Well, Jay Ghost is the next guy. 121.5. Simply Rush 121.7. But yeah, it's pretty impressive stuff by Harrison on that lap times.
Oh, not many gaps on track. We got Simply Rush closing in on Mitch. They're about 1.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, and everyone's really spacing out. Raikkonen again chipping away at Fruitful's gap, but it's only chipping. It's just at the 3-second mark now, behind the Ferrari. Just not enough time. I think the next battle is going to be between Mitch and Simply Rush.
Yeah, he's taken 4/10 out of him already.
I think Mitch is starting to struggle. He was obviously one of the first guys to go on mediums, and I think those tyres are starting to fall away with 2 to go coming this time by, as Altakir's already on lap 26 now, off 27. Oh, Simply Rush gets...
Oh, Oh,
3 seconds.
That's gonna hurt.
That might save. That could possibly have saved Mitch now. Because I don't think Mitch has got any penalties. So I think Mitch is safe now in P9.
Right. Yeah, the gaps have all levelled out. No one's really battling on track. The only question is Harrison and Ghost with all Harrison's penalties. Ghost is 7 seconds behind. 6.6 now.
Yep, so on board. Mitch now severely under pressure from Simply is in the DRS zone as Harrison gets a 3-second penalty.
Oh, that's another one.
Jay Ghost really, I think, will definitely gain place as long as he doesn't have too many of his penalties of his own.
I think I remember him having one penalty, but I haven't seen his name pop up since, I don't think.
So Altakir already starting the final lap of the race. I'm still on board with watching the Mitch Simply battle just to see if anything comes of it down this straight before we switch to our race leader. So here we come now. Simply Rush. This is probably one of his last main chances. And again, he's not in the slipstream. I don't know what he's doing. There's a little bit of lag going on, but here we go down the inside. Mitch doesn't defend, but Mitch is going to try and break late. They both give each other room.
Oh,
fair play.
Great defense.
And Mitch holds on for now. And I think he'll hold on for the rest of the first quarter of the lap anyway, until we get towards the second half of the track. Altakir though is on towards the back straight. He's already weaving. In celebration, you want to be careful that you don't lose the rear end on those worn tyres. The Parabolica, the famous Parabolica, the last turn for Altakir. It has been a rather trouble-free race. Altakir coming across the line to take the win in Monza. Second's going to be for Bullet Boy. Oh, is it? No, it isn't. Bullet Boy's crashed before the line. Unreal. Fruitful Coot takes second. Raikkonen's going to take P3. But Bullet Boy's completely... Oh my God, completely overdone it. And Jay Ghost. So here comes Jay Ghost now. Does he take fourth of Harrison? He does.
Yes, he does.
And Javi gets past both. Javi gets into P4. So brilliant there for them in the end. And Alp and Mitch and the Renault have simply side by side. But Mitch keeps on and moves up into P8. But Bullet Boy has completely threw this race away. Ginger Ninja takes the last playing position then because of that. He gets P10, despite not having a sniff of that for the majority of the race. Matrix and Jamie 1S, the last ones battling it out. Jamie 1S on fresh softs, but he's going to struggle here to make the move past Matrix. Although he'll be able to carry a lot more speed, unless Matrix has more penalties, he's going to hold on to that P12, which he does, which becomes P11 in the end. Well, that's one way of throwing away a P2. I think he forgot maybe that if you DNF before the finish line, doesn't matter if you cross the finish line afterwards, it classes you as DNF. Shout to Dougie on that one from Bahrain last season. But that is the podium. It's Altakir, win number 2. The winning streak is now 2. Fruitful though, getting a P2, so it's not allowing Altakir to get away with it too easily. And Raikkonen with yet another podium finish. Basically, pretty much mirrors the podium of France. Altakir winning the race in the end. No penalties either for him. Fruitful in P2, Raikkonen P3, Xavi 4th, Jay Ghost in P5, Harrison P6 with fastest lap. So he will get the fastest lap point for that. Then you have got Alp in P7, Mitch P8, Simply 9th, Ginger in 10th, Matrix 11th, Jamie 1S in 12th, and then the DNF non-classified Bullet Boy, Charlie, Big Slater, Carlsbury, and Thomas.
Wow.
So, have you got the top 3 on your friends list to send for party invites?
I don't, I'm afraid.
Okay, not to worry, I can send it myself. Bear with me one moment, guys. I will be now getting the interviews sorted, so we'll be back in a sec. Right. Okay, no worries. Yeah, see you later. Cheers for that. No worries. So we're just waiting for the guys to come through.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what to say.
We're just waiting for everyone else to join. But yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he passed the line or not. That's the thing. I wanted to loop, but I right behind.
Yeah, well, we had the crash before the finish line because that's what happened to Dougie last year.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, he crashed before he crossed the finish line, but he DNF'd before, so it didn't count.
Oh yeah, it is true.
Yeah, so he completely misjudged it.
Oh, that's unlucky.
I know, man. Do the whole race, and for that to happen.
Oh, I was annoyed as well, and then I had to overdrive the car to get by you. I mean, this is my worst track by far. So I had to overdrive the car, made a little mistake in Ascari, and my race is over.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, Ascari, we got it. It was just a hairy where you almost got the wing damage there, so close to the wall. But yeah, everyone's here, so we'll start off with P1. Out here, I guess this is literally a carbon copy of last week's results, but a little bit easier for you this weekend. This week, tell us about your race.
Yeah, of course it was easier than last week. I think it really played to me that I was quite intelligent with the ERS and fuel management at the beginning of the race. At the moment I saw that I couldn't get away from Bullet Boy and Freefall, I just let Bullet get by. I started to storage energy and fuel, and lap 80 I think it was, I just decided to pull the attack and start opening the gap with that energy and the fuel I had. So yeah, easier than last week.
Yes, well, congratulations. It looked like at the beginning you were saving your energy, and then you just decided, right, I'm going to go for it now and just pull away. And yeah, from there on in, it was really well controlled. So congratulations on your win.
Thanks.
No worries, man. Next, Fruitful again. Another P2, really strong start to the season with the opening victory in Australia and a couple of P2s keeping it so that Al's not pulling away too far. But yeah, you obviously said about it. Adventurous start, action-packed race in the first half, and then almost losing it. Yeah, but tell us about your race.
Yeah, well, I just didn't qualify where I wanted to. I just want to put in a pole. I mean, I know I'm fast in the rain, so I had the confidence, and yeah, just couldn't get a lap together. And then at the start, yeah, we pull away from the rest. It was top 3, but then Bullet Boy let me by on, I don't know, lap 8 or something, and yeah, that was a mistake by him. That put me and him out of the DRS, so I could just run away with the win. Got a penalty, which was quite annoying. So yeah, just it wasn't my race, to be honest.
Yeah, but you were able in the end, because of Bullet Boy's adventures, you were able to minimise the damage of a P2. So live to fight another day. Yeah, it's not your best days, but still be P2 is a very good result. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And Raikkonen, another P3. So keeping on last week's form, your race obviously different strategy. You went medium to soft, and there was a period in the race where I thought you could potentially look to battle Fruitful for at the time what was P3, but was in the end P2. But you seemed to struggle in the first lap on the softs. You didn't really gain much time. Was that just because there are mistakes, or was it just struggling with the tire temp?
No, I think maybe I was a bit tired. There was a lap during the race I was doing fucking shit. Then I questioned myself, so come on, you just drive. And sometimes it was very good. I don't know why, but I think the strategy was very bad. At first, in qualify, I didn't expect rain. I practiced it only on dry, and I was really good on dry. I was nowhere on the rain, and I didn't expect to be so close because I don't think it's fruitful. It's probably gonna be Thomas. I had Ferrari during my lap swerving just in front of me into the second chicane, and this was my last lap. I just had one chance. I didn't make lap before. But P4 was still okay, and I think I made mistake start with medium. Lost too much time at the start. Javi and Harrison, they do race, it's okay, but honestly they fight for nothing. Harrison, I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm gonna send that to Stewart event if there is no damage, because I don't think we race like that. And yeah, it's shame. I'm really frustrated because I know there is many track I can't compete all or fruitful at the moment. I think today I could maybe play the win, and I made it all wrong. So it's very frustrating. But again, great pace from Al, just amazing. So we learn from our mistake, and before we will focus on the next.
That's it. And your medium stint was really good, to be fair, I thought, pace-wise. We all have our ups and downs, so and the good thing with this is next week it can be eradicated, so and you can turn it over. So yeah, congratulations on your P3, and congratulations to all 3 of you guys for once again getting in that top 3 and keeping everyone else out of it. But that's it for this round. Thank you very much for watching. We're back tomorrow for the American tier, 9 PM Eastern time, and then we are on to round 4 in Russia. Monday tier 3 kicks off at 10 PM, tier 2 Tuesdays, tier 1 once again on Wednesday, and the American tier on Thursday. From myself, Lewis, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care.